their victory.
Unstoppable.
And later,
you are wearing a chariot on your head.
Fashion can get straight up freaky sometimes. So Stacey London is going to work on a make-under to tame this woman's wild style. Take it down a notch. Plus,
release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin.
Hitmaker Natasha Bedingfield's giving you hope when she hits the stage. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez, and Rosie O'Donnell. It all starts now.
Got a pocket full of sunshine, I got a lot of fun, I know that it's all mine, do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me.
So here's the thing. So I made it back. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. It is not easy. I am not 100%, but I'm gonna get better and better each day. Quit looking at me like me. I just like making a strange noise. Dude, I've been gone for almost a month. You know, there were black people floating in and out of here. People didn't know what was going on. They were like, what show is this? So now, listen, so I'm here, so I'm back, and I'm glad y'all are here because this is a great show and we like doing it. I love seeing my girl, Rosie. I'm gonna introduce you to this young lady, but I have to send love to the other ladies first because, you know, we did it. We got back, I got back yesterday. It was so fast and everything, I never said how much I appreciated them and missed you guys. So, I missed you terribly.
We missed you too.
Terribly. So, you know, before we came out, we walked out to A Pocket Full of Sunshine by a fantastic woman called Natasha Bedingfield, who's singing later on in the show. She's a great girl. We love her. And joining us as our guest co-host is someone who doesn't know how close we are, but she's a comedian and she's author of I Can Barely Take Care of Myself, Tales from a Happy Life Without Kids, the fabulous Jen Cartwright. What's happening?
I understand.
You may not know her, but you know her more than you think you do. And that during the course of the show, you'll realize it. I'm a little off. My timing's a little off. Too bad. But I'm here, and I'm coherent for the most part. And last night, I knew I was coherent because I noticed that President Obama delivered his 6th State of the Union address where he declared that the shadow of crisis has passed in America, which I kind of was groovy with because when he took over, people were walking around like this. Oh my God! Oh, it's all bad! And now this dude is like, yeah, well, man, it wasn't exactly the way I thought it was gonna go, but it's better than it was when I took over. Right? And you were saying that. What was the rule for?
Well, I got to be part of ABC's State of the Union coverage, anchored by George Stephanopoulos, with my good friend Donna Brazile and Cokie Roberts, and there I was. It was late for me.
Was that the first time you'd done that?
No, I've done that before, and George Stephanopoulos is so smooth and so good. And what I felt, though, watching this speech, I was at ABC at 6:30 when World News Tonight came on. And on the night of the State of the Union, this network did not lead with the State of the Union speech that was to be aired 2.5 hours later. It wasn't the biggest story in the country. So what I learned working for a president is that when events are so tumultuous as they are right now with the fight against ISIS, the World News Tonight led with a story about a crisis in Yemen. We were evacuating our embassy there. That a president has so little ability to influence the debate. And yes, he had swagger last night. I will give him that, and he deserves it. It is a really hard job. And when a president walks out with swagger, good on it. But the sentiment on the Republican side of the aisle is that we were very skeptical of both the substance and the tone. A lot of people, Democrats and Republicans, thought he might have considered extending an olive branch, not for the Republicans, before you laugh at me, and you laugh at me, and you laugh at me. And you made me laugh all the time on Chelsea Lilly.
Oh, thank you.
So I know you're going to make me laugh. But that he could have extended some sort of grace note. He was standing in a hall with more Republicans in it than have been in Congress since the 1920s.
Right.
He could have acknowledged that. But you know, people that like him will like what he did, and people that don't like him won't have their mind changed.
Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that not every Republican in that room still believes he's an American citizen? That maybe.
Listen,
He's like, but acknowledge I was born here, and maybe I'll acknowledge it.
Maybe I'll invite you over for lunch.
Yes.
Fair enough. But it's not because it would have been a nice thing to do for the Republicans.
No.
It would have been a nice thing to do for President Obama. He was elected twice because independents supported him and liked him, and it would have made them feel better about him.
It
doesn't matter.
I think it wouldn't have mattered to those guys, because the bottom line is, you're one of the few Republicans who will say, you know, I like this, I didn't like this, but you will say, you know, he did the best he could with a really crappy hand. He's gotten a lot. Now, maybe he's not, but he managed to get health care since the beginning, right? Since how many
Elections
years?
have consequences.
Yeah,
this is a
tell us.
fantastic
Explain
list,
this.
okay? So if I were working in a Democratic White House, I would tout, and a lot of people think that Democrats running this November should have touted these things. The passage of health care reform. He came into office and passed stimulus. He passed a bill that reformed Wall Street. This is a list of about 20 things on it, including ending the war in Iraq, capturing and killing Osama bin Laden. They did a lot of things that they set out to do, right? And elections have consequences. When you win, you get to carry out your agenda. That's why it matters who wins. So I make a big deal every 4 years when there's a choice, but in the intervening years, I think Republicans would be better served to try to have some conservative principles be a part of these ideas. And one missed opportunity might have been tax reform. He wants to cut taxes for the middle class. The Republicans are interested in reforming the whole tax code. They could have and they should have, and I wish they'd come together and tried to combine their ideas, but it's Washington. They won't.
What happened to the middle class? I have a question about the middle class, and I know we want to get to this Obama clip because it's important. But I got a question.
Go ahead, girl. What's your question?
Well, here's my question. If everyone is so freaking concerned about the middle class, why is there still an airplane surcharge on everything? Why am I still getting charged for extra stuff for gas that is cheaper than tampons? Why?
I mean, cheaper than bottled water, cheaper than milk.
Why are there no brakes for people who are getting their shipping? Why are there no brakes on the toll roads? You want to give us some money back? Back up! Back up! Get rid of the surcharges. You don't need it. You don't need it. We don't need it.
Yeah.
And that.
Where's it going? Straight into profits? I mean, where's
But
the
whose
gas?
profits?
It's not going to pay for gas anymore.
Hell no.
You know.
And see, we're Republicans, Democrats, we're all saying, you're not being upfront. You want to help us? That's something that could help. You know what you guys are paying to go across the bridges and tunnels wherever you live? Wherever you live. This is a way they could help. You want to help? That's what you can do. But the line apparently everybody's talking about last night.
So he did a little bit of
Go ahead and talk about it.
trash talking, which is always the best part of a State of the Union. It's very scripted, rehearsed. They write the speech weeks in advance. There was an off-the-cuff moment that, no matter your party, was pretty priceless. Take a look.
I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them.
And the translation there is, because I am the president.
That's right.
But can I say, like, people were telling me about this before I saw it, and they're like, he was so fresh, he was so snarky, and he was so cocky. And then I see that, and he was perfectly friendly about it. It was just a little nudge. But I feel like still, because he's a black guy, we have to say he was a little cocky. And I'm surprised Joe Biden didn't just, like, whip his shirt off and go like, woo!
Well, he might have.
He did.
I think they made a deal that the cameras wouldn't be on Biden. Remember last year he was like making all those faces.
And
So he might have.
What is the chick? I don't mean to be rude. Her name, she did the rebuttal.
Joni Ernst did the rebuttal. Let me tell you something. This is the worst
Proving that
assignment.
anyone in the world can be a senator.
Well, this is the worst. Not nice. Not nice. Listen, this is the worst
accurate.
This is the worst assignment in politics. The other party always gives a rebuttal, and after the President of the United States stands in the chamber in front of a live audience, you have to stand in a room in front of a teleprompter. And I think that the most compelling part of what Joni Ernst did last night was tell her personal story about growing up in a working-class family in Iowa. Take a look.
We were raised to live simply, not to waste. It was a lesson my mother taught me every rainy morning. You see, growing up, I had only one good pair of shoes. So on rainy school days, my mom would slip plastic bread bags over them to keep them dry. But I was never embarrassed, because the school bus would be filled with rows and rows of young Iowans with bread bags slipped over their feet.
You know something? You know what? She's from a generation where this is what folks went through. They did live like that.
Well, she looks like she's my age. She's not that old.
Well,
she's like 52, right?
She's.
You can't tell with that wig.
But you are from here.
Yeah.
And when you live in the middle of nowhere, it's a when you come from Dakota, and I know you're not going to believe this, but yes, I lived in Dakota. And so, poor folks in Dakota, we think we know poor folks. We have never seen, you've never seen poor like this. And I get what she's trying to say, but what is wrong with that, what's hard about that, is that's most Americans. Most Americans have had the same experience, ma'am, that you've had. We've all, and to say that,
what she was trying to say.
And to say we're all trying to work it together.
Yeah, no, I don't want to defend the staging of that. It's just hard to watch. It's an awkward performance. But she's an important, it's important that Iowa has sent a woman. Iowa never has sent a woman to Washington before. She's the first ever woman. She's a soldier. She's a lieutenant colonel in the Iowa National Guard. And I'm happy to see another Republican woman, you know, getting national attention.
And here's what I will offer. Anytime you want to come and just do this in a relaxed setting, so that it doesn't feel as awkward as it felt last night, I'd be more than happy to sit with you, and we'll sit with you and help you, because we feel you have a message. You're a woman, and maybe there's a communication we can have together. So if you want to come play with us, we want to talk to you.
Yeah,
we'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
George what? George Glass. George Glass.
Jan Brady made up her boyfriend decades ago, and now there's an app for that. Next.
Feel incredibly short. You know, and it doesn't lower, right? So it's not just me being kind of freaking. Okay, thank God. You know, you hit a certain age, you don't know what's real anymore.
But you're not there yet.
No, well, I'm used to my just being on the floor, but not this far down.
Right.
In any case, you know, I don't know if you are aware of this, but the Patriots Deflate Gate, you know about this? That there's a scandal growing. Reportedly, 11 out of the 12 balls that they used to beat the Colts on Sunday were underinflated. Which, when you think it's an all-guy, you know, football team, you never think of underinflated balls, but whoever thought of that? But apparently, it makes it easier.
Deflated balls always makes it easier.
Underinflated. Because, you know, we always think if men were in control really of everything, there would be no such thing as underinflated. But that's a whole other conversation. But they say the NFL is not commenting on it, but if investigators turn it up, that it turns out it's that they did it on purpose. I mean, some people are saying, you know, what should happen? I mean, well, where's the head of the NFL now?
I feel like they should take their wins away. And I don't know anything about football. And I'm also just happy that there's like a good old-fashioned cheating scandal and like it's not another domestic violence thing. Like, I'm grateful for that. But I feel like they should somehow get something taken away.
Yeah, it doesn't feel fair. If one of the balls was deflated, you'd go, okay. If two, you'd go maybe. If 11 out of 12, they should say you're not the winners. The other guys get to go to the Super Bowl. That's what I think.
We love it.
But can I ask a question? Yeah. Aren't the other guys using the same balls?
No, that's what I thought. But Bill,
okay.
our executive producer, who's a sports head, said each team brings 12 balls.
Yeah.
Now, I thought,
okay.
like basketball, there was one ball that they used the whole time.
Yeah.
That seems like a very bad rule. Let's get like 5 balls.
Or, you know, like
And
you
they
trick
check
it
them all.
and switch. You know, wouldn't that make you never
Well,
cheat?
they
If
said
you-
that they checked them before the game, and they
Right.
were all inflated, that they got deflated.
In sports, don't have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, I don't either, but can I just...
Read your
Can I
thing,
read- so sometimes they give us cards to help us, and they're really helpful. But the title on my card made me laugh so hard. Patriots' response about their balls.
It's almost like reverse steroids. Like they don't have to take
12,
drugs
does that
to
make
get
me laugh?
bigger.
I'm like 12 years old.
Well, it only gets weirder because apparently the Air Force just
Deflated
it's
their
not
balls?
their balls.
Oh, yeah.
But the Air Force has apparently gotten all of their files that they, want people to know about and put them out there. So people got all excited. They said, oh my God, there are all kinds of stuff flying out there.
Yeah, the
because the
UFO
UFOs,
files,
yeah.
you have more information about the UFOs. Do you care?
Yeah.
I do. I want there to be aliens. And I feel like they're like, everything is so messed up right now. Let's just tell them there's aliens. They can handle it. Like, they've been through enough in this, like, it's time to distract the people.
Yeah, I think it's true. I totally believe in aliens. I mean, when you think about all of the universes out there, the multiverse, there's no way that we're the only life forms, right?
But why are we so open suddenly?
Yeah.
I mean, because we've always had aliens on this planet.
Yeah.
And every time somebody says, oh, there's some aliens over there, they want to put a wall up. Oh, y'all just want stuff to come out from
The sky.
the sky.
We're cool with that.
And zap your asses. That'll make it.
Do you remember, like, it was like a year ago, it wasn't a big story, but Stephen Hawking came out and said, if there are aliens, they are here for our asses. Like, it's not going to be friendly.
Yeah.
Not E.T.
They're gonna eat us.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
going to kill us.
But you know what I love? I love, see, usually when the alien questions would come into the press office and Bush and Cheney were in charge, it was like a conspiracy. I love that the alien files are coming out under a Democratic administration because no one will suspect any sort of, government cover-up here. It's just welcome information.
That's right.
I'm glad to know.
That's right.
You know?
The freaky dinkies wanted to know.
Right.
But how about this? Because now, not only is there alien information out there, but there is also now a new discovery of a new reptile species that precedes dinosaurs. It was in somebody's backyard. Now, I'm all for this, but I'm a little uncomfortable with it. Because what was it doing back there? How come nobody knew it was there? And apparently this is what it looks like. Now, I'm gonna walk over here because I'm trying to train my legs to do stuff again. Which part is which? I mean, what is all of this up in here? Well, we don't want to know what that is. But this is, I assume this is the eyes right over here or here.
Teeth, yeah.
This is the teeth in here. Where's the eyes?
Maybe
It
they,
was a blind dinosaur.
yeah. Well, they didn't have eyes. That's why they were extinct. I don't know.
I'm just gonna point this out.
Okay.
There is no place for anything to go.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
that's
so-
why they didn't make it. Whoop.
Yeah.
On that note, with no place for poop to go, we're gonna forge a way for things to be eliminated. We're gonna come right back because we got more Hot Topic.
It's just 3 weeks into the new year, and chances are your resolution is about to crash and burn. Why gyms across America are already filled with...
Hey, we are back with our guest co-host, Jen Kirkman, just in time for Valentine's Day. Honey, the red velvet Oreo is here. I'm telling you, we are eating these like we have never been fed before.
They're really good.
Now, you
I
know
hate
that
this stuff, but
red
I'm
velvet
in it.
You know, red velvet cake is really chocolate cake with just food coloring in it. Right? There's no like red velvet flavor.
Right.
So it's really just dyed red Oreos.
Maybe not
maybe.
at your house.
I think this is such unfair timing for this to come out. People are still trying to like keep their New Year's resolutions about working out, and they're like, "Oh, here's a new cookie made
Yeah.
of cream cheese."
Yeah.
On like week
I
3.
think you should be able to have cookies and work out. It's a good incentive.
Right. But now you don't even like cookies and you're eating them.
I don't like cookies, but I'm an Oreo girl. I grew up when I was a kid, man. My mother.
And you're a twister and eat the creamer.
My mother and I would have lick contests. And it's one of the great things I remember, because she would just come in the house and she would sit down and get us all together, and I'd see a glass come out, and I'd hear that.
Yeah, you knew.
And then something came out, and I knew it was on.
Yeah.
And she done twist, and I done twist, and I licked mine.
They do it. They have to make them double stuff. I just made my own here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? My mother used to get angry when I would dip my Oreos in the milk. And after she died, and everybody was so upset, I was trying in my bedroom to think of what's one good thing. And the first thing I thought of was I can dunk my Oreos. So every time I have an Oreo, I think of my mother.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what?
We just have water here, which isn't
Here's
the
to
same.
your
No,
mom.
it is not.
And to your mom.
Yeah.
There you go. Dunk it in.
Maybe you feel so confident about being single.
Want me to do it? Okay. So there's a new app called Invisible Boyfriend. This is unbelievable. It sends texts and calls to convince people that may be sitting with you at dinner that you have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know. How pathetic is this? Is anyone that afraid?
Let's not forget Jan Brady, George Glass.
Oh, the best.
Anybody? The Brady Bunch?
Yeah.
Jan pretending?
But that
One
wasn't...
episode, Jan pretended to have a boyfriend and made it up and told Alice his name was George Glass after she saw the glass. But there was no George Glass. That's what this app is. It should be named George Glass.
But that's what girlfriends are for, you know? Like the whole, like, call me after 20 minutes. If it's not going well, I'll say it's an emergency.
I also
mean, you
feel
don't
like
need an
if
app.
I'm sitting there single and somebody judges me for it, that's their problem, not mine. There's nothing wrong with being single.
Totally. Have an Oreo. No apps for us,
I'm
right?
not saying it's fun.
Why can't you just say, look,
Yeah.
this is not working out. I got cramps. I'm going to my house.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Whatever happened to that?
Or
Yeah.
a fake ring to keep a guy away from you that's hitting on you. That's a lot easier.
And what if you're not into guys? So do you have to find your own app?
Yeah.
Well, I say, look, just tell people the truth. It ain't you, honey. Okay? You got to go. But you know who it is? We are coming back with one of the greatest women that I think I can say I know personally. We're coming back with the amazing Stacey London. We'll be right back.
Next, fashion can range from over the top to oh, hell no. And Stacey London is doing an extreme make under that may be a wake-up call for you too. I'm just saying.
Stacey London became a style icon for telling you what not to wear, and now she's helping people who need to take down their look a notch on her new show, Love, Lust, or Run. Please welcome Stacey London. Hi, Stacey. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about your new show.
Well, I guess I should explain the title. Love, Lust, or Run is really taking the temperature of the general public. The general public is shown a picture of a woman who dresses in a very extreme fashion, and they're allowed to say whether they love the look, whether they lust after her, or whether they want to run. And I mean run. Like they're on fire.
Now, do the women know that the people are saying that about them?
Yes, because then I show them clips.
Ouch.
Now, right, I would say normally, general public, what do you care what other people think of you? Dress the way that makes you happiest. This is what I care about. When these young women dress in such an extreme way that they're getting in their own way, that they're not getting what they want out of life because what they think they're putting out is not what people are picking up.
And it's always such a revelation when you tell them that. I'm always like, really, you didn't know? But we found someone named Amanda that dresses a little over the top, but was looking for a new toned down style. And you met with her to give her a new look. Let's see a clip.
My name is Amanda. I'm 28 years old and I live in Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn. My style is a little colorful, edgy, inspired by Burning Man festival. It's just all art and music. I discovered makeup when I was a kid, when I was really young. And then I started doing it in a more like expressive way. I think the way that I dress sometimes really affects the way people perceive me. Changing my look will help open up a lot more doors for me.
Today, I'm going to meet Amanda.
She is a beautiful girl wearing a lot of schmutz on her face. I don't know what her real hair color is. And when it comes to somebody like Amanda, who's 28 and is just starting her life, I want to make sure that she doesn't close doors before she gets a chance to open them. What do you do?
I'm an event producer.
I mean, what kind of events are you planning?
They're kind of a mixture of like burner and fetish, like kinky parties.
So fetish parties. Okay, so what you're doing right now, I mean, does work for that. But I do think that extreme looks kind of make people nervous.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't want to quell your spirit and, you know, the things that make you happy and the way that you feel beautiful. But I would love to show you options. But first, we're gonna have to, strip all this down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come with me.
Okay,
Let's
great.
get started.
I'm really looking forward to Stacy guiding me in a certain direction.
So, how do you feel without all the makeup on?
Very different.
Well, I think you're gorgeous. Your eyes, your lips, your bone structure. All right, are you ready to look at some clothes?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, Amanda, you're gonna choose an outfit, and then I'm gonna choose an outfit. And we're gonna talk about what works, what doesn't, what we need to change, and then we're gonna figure out the best new look for you.
Oh my God, I really like this.
Oh, wow. Something about this says to me, oh, all she's missing is a whip. I think maybe what we should do is think about the same type of things, about a pattern, about some texture, about some color, but think about them in a way that maybe is slightly less extreme. So we need to get you into hair and makeup. I have a surprise for you, Karen and Yancy. All right, I'm going to leave you in their capable hands.
I know you like all of the bright colors. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna incorporate those colors with your makeup so that you can look a lot more professional.
You definitely want to tone her down, but still keep her edgy and still enjoy.
Oh my God. Shut up.
You look fantastic.
So good.
All right, so let's see Amanda before. We have a picture. And Amanda, come on out.
Amazing, actually.
Yeah. Had anyone told you before that they thought your look was a bit too much?
Yeah, at times.
Maybe.
Some people love it, but other people are like,
But this is still that edgy, modern, super cool look, but you look so elegant. You look like a bombshell.
Yeah, and your looks a lot like thinner. Right? You just look so sleek. It's nice.
So Karen, what did you do? What'd you do? What'd you guys do?
Well, I've incorporated all the fun colors, the glitter, the green, so she can look sophisticated. Gave her lots of lashes and a red lipstick to make a statement.
And how about you, Yancy? You changed that hair up.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of extensions. Where you could be bald today, and you could be Rapunzel tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you know what we did? We just gave her a little custom colored, blended and colored extensions, give her some fun or whatever. And as we say around here, you just been Yancified.
Yeah, you've been Yancified.
Yeah, it is really important. One, we covered her up a little bit, right? I mean, you were showing a lot of skin.
Yeah.
You were doing a lot of mix and match. We were showing off a lot of body parts.
Yeah.
And we wanted to, you know, it winds up being really funny. I do realize that sometimes I make people over and I'm like, oh, a sheath dress. Okay, I'll wear one too.
Yeah.
Oh, a belt. Oh, I'll put one on too. Backwards? Sure.
Yeah.
And some significant jewelry.
Right.
But now she can be taken seriously, and she's still, you know, got the plaid that's a nod
It's
to
hip.
punk.
Yeah.
A nod to punk.
Well, you look
Great.
wonderful. We want to thank you, Stacy, for coming. Take that. Read that.
Oh, okay. Love Luster Run premieres Friday, January 23rd, and members of our audience are getting one of Stacy's favorite style essentials, the Stylette from Hollywood Fashion Secrets. We'll be right back.
Hey, Natasha Bedingfield knows how to write an anthem that makes you believe. And after 4 long years, she's finally back with a new piece of music that is helping making a gigantic difference. Please welcome one of my favorite singer-songwriters, the fabulous Natasha Bedingfield. Hello, you know, about 8 years ago when I was doing morning radio, Natasha came because she had a song that I fell in love with, and I wanted to know about that she had written. And you probably know it. Unwritten? Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And if you wouldn't mind, just give us very quickly why you wrote this piece.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I wrote it for my little brother. It was it's just, you know, that thing of like when you're just starting out in life.
Yes.
And, you know, life is a blank page. So he just inspired me.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you're working on a new album right now, and you're working with your husband for the first time. Is that right?
I did.
Yeah? How was that?
I've never worked with my husband, but he has just been making the most incredible music. So I ended up jumping in on what he's doing, and we wrote a great song together.
And why is this song important?
Okay, so this is a song that the brand Philosophy, the skincare brand.
Yes, we love Philosophy.
Yes, we love them. And they came to me and they asked me if I could write a song that is called Hope, and it's about mental health. It's to inspire people to get around people who have got problems with mental illness, particularly women. I mean, it's actually a much bigger issue than people really realize.
And what gives you hope? I know this was a personal endeavor for you, right?
Oh, music gives me hope. For me, I go through, you know, I'm on stage and I get to feel the most glamorous and, you know, high, incredible moments, and then I come off stage and that sometimes you come home and then I'm cleaning up poop for my puppy dog, and or you know, like terrible tragedies happen, you know, in everyone's life, but then it's the music that kind of brings me back.
And I know that you're as obsessed with your dog as I am with my new puppy. So
Is that what you
can
said?
I ask you? Yes. Tell me about the puppy and the love.
He's called Dude, and he's a Pomeranian.
He's called Dude, for real?
Yeah, and I've never had a puppy before, so I'm just like completely besotted and, you know, my heart is open.
My puppy's cheating on me with Whoopi.
Really?
Yeah, anyway, that's another story. So here to perform her new song, Hope, for all of you, is Natasha Bedingfield.
Thank you. It was over on TV. The conversation's just getting started as the hot topics keep going online 24/7. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram for web exclusives, a backstage view to weigh in on the hot topics on your mind and the topics you want the host talking about.
So we want to make sure that you guys are aware of a couple things. One of the great things that's happening tomorrow on this show is we're going to get a little missive from our own Rosie Perez. Because, you know, there's all these crappy rumors going around. Rosie's got something to say to y'all, and part of it is hello. So she's going to be talking to us tomorrow. Then, Stacey London has an amazing show, Love, Lust, or Run, which you saw. It premieres this Friday on TLC. We love it. Natasha Bedingfield, she is not playing. Jen, tell us what you're doing.
Oh, I'm taping a comedy special on January 31st in Austin. It's called at the North Door, and my special is called I'm Gonna Die Alone and I Feel Fine. And it's gonna be really funny, so come on out to that.
That's right. You're not, because we're all coming to see you.
Oh, good.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We'll be back tomorrow.